Hello from the UAE and welcome to Fastex's Harmony 6. My name is Jeff Wilser. I am delighted to be here with Vakhtang Abrahamyan, CEO, of course, of Fastex. Great to see you, sir.
Thank you. Welcome.
So congrats on by any measure, a banner year for Fastex. You guys have been booming. The growth is exponential. What to you are you most excited about in terms of how Fastex has grown this year?
Well, first of all, it's the dynamic. So we kept this trend going up, which is really difficult in the year of, number of regulations comes into force, number of some technological shift. Even the staff sort of a turnover is also very challenging because market is growing, demand is high. So, headhunting is there everywhere.
Sure.
So, from this perspective, being able to keep up with this trend and doing almost everything in time and consistently growing in terms of the variety of services, in terms of customer acquisition, etc. It's good. It's good, especially taking into account that the next year is promising to be much more faster. So
if you will.
Fastex is there, so let's see how it goes.
You mentioned variety, and I think it's a crucial word. One thing I find so interesting about the Fastex ecosystem is how many different spokes of the wheel there are, if you will, right? You have, there's the NFT, there's the marketplace, there's the wallet, there's the exchange. There's so many aspects. Talk a bit about how all these pieces fit together and how it's the variety is a strength. By having these different components, you're able to achieve economies of scale or a united coherence customer experience. This is the method of the madness of this wide range of services.
Well, I think first of all, we should come from the roots why there is a variety.
Yeah.
And this, I think, comes from the point that every single idea that is coming to our mind has the right to survive. And we just plant it and see how it goes. How we could do that and how our abilities allowed us to do that. It's because of the infrastructure, starting from the very basic infrastructure or the most important one, which is the blockchain.
The layer one.
Layer one, absolutely. Then definitely supported by the variety of the teams. Why not support it with the foundation set up last year in Zug, Switzerland, that also facilitates the others from the grant program to apply to the, some generating ideas or applying for particular ideas to be, somehow implemented. We do see that having all those ideas together on the common ground helps us to find the very interesting synergies between them.
Yeah.
And this value chain comes from native coin to blockchain till the exchange, DeFi protocols, then some customer experience from traditional finance like issuing the credit card.
What's an example of a kind of a concrete example of a synergy between this one piece of the puzzle over here and that piece over there?
Look, at the end of the day, this is the same customer, right?
True.
This is myself or yourself, Jeff, that has the card in the wallet or in Apple Pay or whatever in a digital form. And then I suddenly find myself holding the digital assets. Again, the assets, I can whether keep them as an investment portfolio for a long-term or mid-term trading, or just as an alternative asset class to spend on a daily expenses. So how it's done through the traditional finance. So the value chain, once you create it, then it comes that the user feel comfortable doing whatever he has done 10 years ago, 5 years ago.
And they trust it, right?
It's trusted environment. It's very common. No additional knowledge required from that end. The first end is only to, fill the account or, convert the money, which is also something that they are familiar already.
That's a great point, and that also for the average user's point of view, they want it should be easy. It should be convenient and all in one place. So if you're giving the average user kind of all the services they want in Web3, it's less chaos and confusion for them.
Yes, and here the key, one of the key elements is the knowledge. Again,
yes.
we've been talking about that during the panel discussion as well. I think at the end of the day, the user wants to trust you, to trust the environment. But there are different definition of the trust, which is definitely they refer as a digital trust or the trust in the digital environment, where I want to be sure that my transactions or my assets are safe. And once this trust become something that needs to be explained, why you need to trust us or you should trust us. Because we are regulated, we have license, we have oversight, we have internal processes in place, we have KYC. It's not a bad thing to have a KYC because everybody says, what the hell I need it from the KYC? But on the other hand, let's protect yourself.
Yes.
Because you know that nobody in this environment has some perform or could perform illegal activities or has some dirty money on the stick. So definitely those are the very important components of bringing customers into the area where they start to realize on their own that this is the safe place.
What else, and I know how important trust is to you. I know how important regulation is to you. We've spoken in the past about regulatory clarity, and clearly Fastex has been at the forefront of helping this space embrace both regulation and even like the appetite and willingness to be regulated. On top of that, what else is kind of necessary to get more global? I know global adoption is a very important value of yours. What else needs to happen for the normies out there, if you will, to be using Fastex, to be having 5 billion people be onboarded the ecosystem?
I think here the diversity of the products and one-stop shop sort of activity, because one thing is for the user that only using the exchange or using the card or whatever. The other thing, if I'm thinking on my business being transferred into Web3 environment, initiating some e-commerce project or whatsoever, there are some ideas in my mind that could be implemented as a business in this ecosystem and plug in all the services already available within the system, even start to talk or think about the own token issuance, some tokenomics in place, or some startup initiatives that 3-4 guys could come together, think on writing some game with NFTs, etc., then they could do it all in once, immediately in this environment with our help, with the help of 8,000 employees. Wow. Backing us in the engineers, developers, marketing specialists, risk managers, etc. At the end of the day, there is an economy of scale. So whatever idea you have, come here, let's cooperate. And cooperation is the key.
Speaking of the 8,000 employees, you mentioned at the top the growth and how fast, and you said, we've been able to kind of keep the pace up. That can't be easy. What are the challenges of driving a team of that scale to be growing so quickly? I can imagine whether it's from an HR perspective, your own personal time can only be spread so thin before you turn into a zombie. What is kind of the hardest part of achieving the growth that you're somehow attaining?
Look, when I say 8,000 employees, it's the group-wise.
Sure, the larger team.
Fastex is a part of that. We have, traditional bank, we have payment institution, there are even agricultural branch of activities, etc. But at the end of the day, I think the values and common, the tone at the top that comes from the shareholders as well is very important, because the way of their management style, which is that they are involved in almost every single, I wouldn't say chat, but in every single day you and even the employees on the lower level could interact directly with the shareholder. That creates kind of a sense of the family,
Yes.
which is very important current days, especially when you feel something more than you are just within your team or within your tribe. And these kinds of events, you see there are many employees here from our team also, trying to set up some contacts. So they see this, they embrace and value, I guess. That's why they can feel that they are part of something big, which motivates them.
Last question for you. Give us a sense, give us a tease of what you're excited about for Fastex in 2025.
Team is the key again, and the people, because at the end of the day you work with the people. There are so many initiatives, starting from discussing the options of entering the US market as a licensed institution, finishing with some new developments that we had in terms of issuing stablecoin, entering into the remittance market, or thinking on finalizing this on a global perspective, finding new markets in the field, exploring the existing, and also 2025 is a very important year from compliance perspective, because European MiCA regulation comes into force from January 1st, and being compliant is the key for our strategy and for our vision. So this would be a tough year, but very interesting.
Oh, that's all. That's all you're doing. I guess the final question for you, sir. When do you sleep?
The day before yesterday.
Perfect. Great note to end on. Vakhtang, congratulations again on all the growth. We're following with great interest going forward. Best of luck. Thanks again.
Thank you. Appreciate it.